Hello, and welcome to your yoga practice. This is a 75-minute Vinyasa class based on the Trimurti, or Yoga Trinity. I recommend grabbing one block for your practice. Let's begin. And we'll start in Virasana on the block, Hero's Pose. So come to a seat, bringing your sits bones onto your block, knees straight out in front of you, and your heels just resting outside of your hips. Go ahead and spread all of your toes flat onto the mat. Create some space for your knee joints. And gently rest your palms onto your thighs. If this doesn't feel good in your knees, you can simply sit in Sukhasana, cross-legged seat on your block. From here, shut your eyes down from top to bottom. Softly close the eyelids. And just rest in your breath. If we go back through the history of yoga to the ancient traditions of yogic philosophy, we find what is referred to as the Vedic Trinity. In this understanding, the concept of supreme reality is expressed through three mythological beings, or gods. The first is Brahma, the creator. The second, Vishnu, the preserver. And the third, Shiva, the destroyer. These three fundamental powers of nature, creation, maintenance, and destruction, are inseparable. Our lives, the world around us, and simply our yoga practices are in a constant evolution between each of these things. You are born, you maintain your human life, then you die. The night gives way to morning. An animal dies, it merges with the soil nourishes a seed, and from that a flower blooms. There are countless examples present in this world of the cyclical fashion of these evolutionary powers. How do these themes show up in your life? Just take a moment and let that come to you. Do you feel the need to maintain and preserve? Do you need to destroy and let go of something that is negatively affecting you? Is now the time to reorient yourself and manifest something new. Turning inward and reflecting on how this Trinity is present in our lives can lead to much insight and wisdom. Through this wisdom, we can find peace and balance in an ever-changing world. So, let us begin with the seal of wisdom, Jnana Mudra. Bring your pointer finger and index finger and thumb pads to touch gently. Lengthen the remaining three fingers. Place the backs of your hands onto your thighs, elbows gently rolling down just outside of the rib cage. Open across your chest and reach to the crown of your head. Acknowledge this very moment, the start, the beginning of your practice today. Eyes still closed. Gently seal your lips and notice the air traveling in and out of your nostrils. We'll begin with some Ujjayi pranayama to build some heat and energy for our practice ahead. Inhale through the nose and exhale out the nose. Gently draw your belly button toward your spine as you do this. And feel the air travel along the back of your throat. An oceanic, sea-like sound as you breathe. Like that you would hear when listening to a seashell. And we'll bring some counts to our breath here. We'll take a 4-count inhale and followed by a 4-count exhale. So I'll guide you through. Begin by exhaling all your air out your nose. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue your Ujjayi breath on your own. Letting the counts gently fall away and just allowing the breath to follow that rhythm. Notice any thoughts dancing around in your head. Your thoughts are responsible for the type of world you experience. Are your thoughts positive or negative? Try to manifest more positive thoughts. Create a beautiful landscape for yourself in which to explore your practice today. Guide your hands to heart center, thumbs to sternum, lifting your chest into your thumbs here. Begin our practice with the single sound of Om. Start with a slow, long inhale. Om. Very slowly, blink your eyes open. And then move your block off to the side. Coming to all fours now. Palms underneath your shoulders. Knees directly underneath your hips. A good way to measure by placing a block behind your forearm. And if you tip it over, you have not found that 90-degree angle that we're looking for. So finding your alignment here. Squeeze the belly button in, lengthen through your tailbone, soften your elbows a bit. And gaze towards the top corner of your mat. Inhale, drop the belly, lift and open the gaze. Exhale, cat pose, draw your chin to your chest, round your spine. 2 more like that. Breath in to open. And breath out to close in. Open it up. And close it in. Come back to neutral here. Bring your right fingertips behind your right ear, elbow straight out to the side. We'll take some twists here. Lift your elbow up to the ceiling on your inhale. As you exhale, bring your elbow down towards your left wrist. Little tap. Reach up. And then tap it down. Lift and open. Tap it down. One more time, lift up. Now lengthen your right arm all the way up. And then thread the needle. Guide your arm underneath your body You can keep your palm under your elbow here. Soften your head into the mat and gently nudge your hips to the right to keep them balanced. Option to lengthen your arm forward as well, perhaps coming onto your fingertips. Bring your left palm down. Gently press back up to your tabletop. Bring your left fingertips behind your left ear, elbow out. Inhale as you reach and open the heart. Exhale, tap your elbow towards your wrist. Warming up, lift up, lengthen. And bring your elbow down. Inhale, extend and expand. Exhale, elbow to wrist. This time, reach your left arm all the way up. And then slide it underneath you for thread the needle. Your right palm can stay grounded where it is if that supports you. Or you can reach your right arm long, perhaps lifting onto the fingertips. Breathe into the back of your neck. Find a softness through the twist. Bring your right palm down and lift yourself back up to all fours. Very good. Tuck your toes underneath you. Lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Feet stay hip distance apart. Press down firmly between your thumb and index finger. Those same fingers we used for our mudra, Jnana Mudra. The seal of wisdom. Little bend of the knees. Reach your tailbone high and wide and really press down through your palms here. Bring your ears just in line with the upper arms. And draw the core in, low ribs, pull in, corset your waist. That's it. Perhaps you take a little movement here, shake out your head, pedal out the feet a bit. Just feel into your first down dog. Setting yourself up for your practice ahead, building momentum. Gaze forward toward your hands. Walk your feet forward, bringing them hip distance. That's about 2 fists width distance apart. Bend your knees and place your hands behind your ankles. Gently fold forward and down, a Katona style fold. Easing into this shape. If you find that you can reach your fingertips underneath your heels, you're more than welcome to do so, guiding your knees towards your armpits. Gaze back through your legs here. Free your fingertips if you found that shape. Bring your fingertips in front of your feet and then sliding them up your shins, lifting into halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Reach out through the crown of your head. Spread equal weight on both feet. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. From here, bend your knees a lot. Sit your hips back. Lift your chest. Reach your arms up to frame the ears. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Solid in your foundation. Reach through your fingertips. Good. Inhale to stand all the way up. Then exhale, drop your arms down by your sides. We'll take a dynamic chair, moving through these positions. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, sit back into your chair and then fold forward into yourself. Forward fold. Gaze through your legs. Unfolding, inhale, chair pose. Press all the way up. Exhale, float your arms down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sit your tailbone back, chair to forward fold. Warming up the joints here, lifting up chair pose. Press down, lengthen the legs. Exhale, float your arms down. One more like this, lift up, breath in. Exhale, lower your seat, fold into yourself. Inhale, lifting up, chair, standing tall. Exhale, float the arms down, Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart center here, and then wiggle your feet together to touch. Inhale, sweep your arms up, palms touch. Exhale, fold into yourself. Draw a line down your midline. Uttanasana, feet together. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step back to a plank. Kick through your heels, strengthen the legs. Dome up your upper back. Shift forward, then lower all the way to your belly. Press down into the tops of your feet. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Tiny bit of weight in the palms. Squeeze the legs to lift your knees. Pull your elbows back. Breath in. And exhale, press to child's pose. Open your knees. Bring your big toes to touch. Rest your hairline onto the mat to lengthen the back of your neck. Keep your arms long, 3 breaths. Notice heat building in the body. Your energetic state lifting. Good, and then work through tabletop. Find Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Gaze towards your hands. Step your feet to your hands, feet together. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward and in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, find your plank once again. This time, we'll work towards chaturanga. So shift forward, and rather than lowering all the way down, just bend your elbows halfway, connecting your elbows to your rib cage. Squeeze your side body, squeeze the back body. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press into the tops of your feet, look forward. Lengthen through the spine. And exhale, pull the hips back, downward facing dog. Reset here. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, step your feet forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms long, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, find your plank. One more chaturanga here. Shift forward, bend the elbows, open the chest. Inhale, upward dog. Lift your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Gaze forward towards your hands. Step your feet forward to a fold. Lengthen the spine, half lift, fingertips to shins. Exhale, fold forward. Coming up to our chair once again. Bring your weight to your heels, sweep your arms up and out. Squeeze your inner thighs. Really stabilize like a tree trunk, rooted through your feet here. Keep your hips still, just moving in the upper body. Breath in. As you exhale, open out to the right. Reach your right arm back, left arm forward. Finding one long line of energy through your fingertips. Gaze straight to the side or back towards your right thumb. Good. Coming back to chair pose. Yep. And then lengthen the legs. Lift your left knee up in line with your hip balance. You can even bring your hands to your hip points here to find that alignment. And then re-extend your arms. Flex your left ankle. Press down through your right big toe. Squeeze into your outer hips. That's it. Slowly and carefully step your left foot back, bend your right knee, sweep the arms back. Tilting your chest forward, growing your arms out behind you like wings. Dial your right hip back, keep your neck long. So as you inhale, extend the right leg, reach your arms overhead, find balance. And as you exhale, rebend the right knee, sweep your arms back. We'll do this a few more times. Dynamic movement, lift up and lower. Back up, find balance. And bend, find your lunge. Lift up again. And come back down, sweep your arms back. Perhaps interlace the fingertips and open the chest. Reach your knuckles down and back. Good, free your bind, find a lunge, and then wiggle your right foot out to the edge of your mat. Lower your left knee down. Good. Low lunge or lizard pose, as some people know this. Feel free to rock your hips side to side. Just moving into the hips a bit here. You can even explore lowering down to the forearms for a few breaths. How is this showing up for you today? Remember to manifest positive thoughts, a beautiful landscape in the mind. Good, and then keeping your hands inside of the right foot, just start to draw your hips back, lengthen the right leg, finding a half split variation. You can also place your palms on a block if that supports you better today. Spread your right toes, keep your spine long, gaze between your thumbs. Good, come forward into your lunge, tuck your back toes, sweep the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. And exhale, draw your right knee to your left elbow. So crossing the body here. Squeeze your knee up. Good, back to three-legged dog. And then find downward facing dog. Neutralize here, breath in. And out. Gaze forward toward your hands. Step or lightly jump to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward and in. Lifting back into chair pose. Sweep your arms up. Weight back, toes are light. Re-squeeze the inner thighs. Feel into your shoulders and arms. Lightning bolt pulls. Electrify your body. Yep, inhale. Exhale, open twist. Left arm reaches back, right arm forward. Dial it in, draw your right hip back. Look straight to the side or towards your back thumb. Come back to chair now. And then lengthen your legs. Lift your right knee, bringing your thigh parallel to the floor. Once again, feel free to use your hands here to adjust your hips as needed. Squeezing to the inner thighs. Keep your right ankle strong, re-extend the arms. Good. Now slowly tilt forward as you reach your right toes back. Sweep your arms behind you, creating your wings as if you're about to take flight. Little tilted lunge. Left knee is directly over your ankle. Finding our dynamic movement here. Lengthen your left leg. Press down into the ball of your feet. Reach your arms up. And then folding forward and tilting forward. Lift up on your inhale. And exhale, reach and tilt. Lift and lengthen. Hinge forward. Last time, lift up. And hinge forward, reach back. Hook your fingertips the awkward way. So whichever way you didn't do last time, we normally go for what feels most comfortable on the first side. So this is probably the awkward way for you. Reach through your knuckles. And then find your lunge. Bring your left foot out to the edge of your mat. Soften your right knee down. Untuck your back toes. Finding your lizard shape. A wide, low lunge. And then just any movement that feels good in your body here. Follow your breath. Reconnect to it. Remember that 4 count inhale and exhale. Find that rhythm. Perhaps exploring the forearm variation. And then press down into your palms. Tuck your back toes. And then slowly pull your hips back. Finding your half split. And your back toes might not be tucked, and that's okay. The goal is just to lengthen the tailbone back, finding a stretch through the hamstring here. Breathe all the way down your spine. Shift your weight forward. Lift your back knee, sweep your left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, shift forward, bring your left knee towards your right elbow, squeeze it in. Inhale back to 3-legged dog. And exhale, float your foot down, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths here. All right, my friends, we'll flow through these movements together. I will guide you. Inhale, look towards your hands. Exhale, bring your feet to your hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, open your twist out to the right. Back to chair, lengthen and lift your left knee. Standing tall, 1-leg mountain pose. Breath in. As you exhale, step your left foot back, sweep the arms back. Inhale, lift and reach your arms up. Exhale, tilt forward, reach back. Inhale, reach overhead. Lengthen your right leg. Exhale, rebend. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, find your lunge, find your bind. Good. Perhaps you float your left leg up, finding a bound warrior 3. Dial your left hip down. Reach through your knuckles. Slowly step back. Bring your hands to the mat and find lizard pose. Manifesting strength and persevering through, pushing forward. Pull your hips back to your half split. Just a few breaths. Preserving your strength for the full hour. Find your lunge, sweep the right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw your knee forward and across, tap your elbow. Inhale, re-extend. And exhale, find down dog. Good. This time optional. Ripple forward. Maybe find floating up dog. Squeeze the legs, lift the heart. And then tuck your chin, roll back, downward facing dog. Look forward and step or lightly hop to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, open your twist to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Stand up, lift your right knee. And then exhale, step it back, reach back. 3 rounds of dynamic movement. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift and reach. You got it. Exhale, lower. Find your bind. Stay here or float your right leg up. Bound warrior 3. Reach and extend. Slowly step back. Find your lunge. Open the left foot out. And let your mat support you here. Continue to breathe through your nose. Draw your hips back, half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Good. Find your lunge, sweep your left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Draw your knee forward to your opposite elbow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Once again, you have the option to ripple forward, find floating up dog, perhaps adding chaturanga on. Lift back up to floating up dog. And then draw your hips high and wide, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Very good. Looking forward, walk your feet to your hands in a forward fold, feet together. Good. From here, bring your right foot and hook it behind your left leg. Good. Squeeze the inner thighs. And then just hinge forward and down, finding a nice stretch through your IT band. And then reach your arms up and over to the left. Little side body stretch. Continue to press your feet flat towards the floor. Good. Coming to center, switch the legs. So bring your left ankle behind your right and just hinge forward and down for a moment. Another great place to utilize a block if you need it. Press down into your left big toe. And then walk your hands over to the right. Really stretching out through your left side body now. Shoulders away from ears. Draw your left hip back. Come back to center. Bring your feet back to neutral, together to touch. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up to chair pose. We'll add on here, bring your hands to heart center. Hinge forward, bring your left elbow to your outer right thigh, prayer twist. Good. Ensure that your toes, ankles, knees, hips are in one line. Stack your right elbow over your left. And lift your heart towards your thumbs. You can also explore reaching your arms out long. Good. Release down. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Grab onto your big toes. And just hang forward, elbows wide. Good, release your toes. Bring your fingertips to the mat. And step your left foot back to a lunge. Spin your left heel down to the floor. Rising up, warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Strong through the arms, gaze over your front middle finger. Squeeze your outer right hip to roll your hip open. Strong gaze forward. Spread the sole of your left foot onto your mat. From here, lengthen your right leg, draw your hips back, tilt forward, find triangle pose. Lift your left arm out of your shoulder. You can bring your fingertips to your shin, the mat, or place your hand on top of a block here. This can really help in rolling open the chest. Gaze up if it feels okay in your neck here. Very good. One more inhale to reach out through the left fingertips. And then exhale, just slowly spin to face the mat. Little bend of the right knee, step your left foot forward, toes out slightly, pin both heels down to the mat. Finding our pyramid pose. Parsvottanasana, lengthen the spine. And then gently round forward, guiding your nose towards your right knee. Dial your right hip back. Press firmly down into both feet here. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold in. Good, bend your right knee, plant your palms. Three-legged dog, sweep your right leg up and back. Exhale, guide your knee toward your left elbow, hold here. Now straighten your right leg, bring the edge of your right foot to the floor. Spin your left heel down, reach your left arm up, falling star. Good. Bring your left palm to the mat, back to three-legged dog, and downward facing dog. Optional chaturanga, or simply stay here as you are. Ripple forward to floating up dog, chaturanga, back to floating up dog, downward facing dog. Very nice, friends. Moving on to the left side now. Look forward, bring your feet to your hands. Big toes touch. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Up to chair pose. Breath in. Bring your hands to your heart now. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips. Squeeze the thighs together. Hook your right elbow outside of the left thigh and twist it out. Notice how my palms are pressed firmly together. Left elbow stacks over right. Focus in on your breath. Uplifting thoughts. Then gently release forward. Bring your feet hip distance apart. Grab onto the big toes. And gently pull, bending the elbows. Lift your tailbone. Shake out your head if you need. Free your hands from your feet. Bring your left foot forward and step your right foot back to find a lunge. Spin your right heel to the mat. Lift and cartwheel your arms open. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Take up space here. Reach to the crown of your head. Bring your chin over your left shoulder. Find a lightness through your head, your forehead. So just a soft concentration. Lengthen your left leg, draw your chest forward, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Once again, feel free to utilize a block underneath your left hand to aid in rolling your chest open to the side. Your right thumb is directly over your lips. Press down into your left big toe as you roll your left hip open, bringing your kneecap towards the pinky edge of your foot in that direction. Good. Frame your left foot now and step your right foot in enough so that you can plant both heels to the mat. Draw your left hip back, lengthen through your spine. And fold forward and down, Parsvottanasana. Lift the spine, lengthen it out, breath in. Exhale, fold back into yourself. Connecting to your core where all movement originates. Good, bend your left knee, step back to your lunge. Sweep your left leg up and back, three-legged dog. And then draw your left knee to your right elbow, extend your left leg out, fallen star, pin your right heel down, reach your right arm up and out. One more breath in. As you exhale, connect your palm to the mat, three-legged dog. Find downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Settle into yourself here. And then lower your knees down to the mat. We'll add in a bit of core strengthening here. So moving into more of a Vishnu, a preserving essence. So using the strength of your core, building on that to maintain your power for the rest of the class. All right, friends. You will not need a block here. Go ahead and come to forearm plank, elbows underneath your shoulders. Step your legs behind you and just hold strong here. Gaze towards the top edge of your mat. And then keeping your hips parallel to the floor, just move your hips side to side like you're doing a little booty bump. Side to side, like a conveyor belt. Staying strong in the core. That's it. Now come to center. Press down into your left foot. Float your right foot up off the floor. Lower your right foot. Lift your left leg. Keep going, little marches. Lift, lower, lift, lower. That's it. Keep breathing. Find strength. Persevere. 4, 3, almost there, 2, and lower to your belly, cobra pose, rather sphinx pose. Forearms resting, gaze out ahead of you. Rest your thighs onto the mat. Maybe you feel your heartbeat in your belly. All right,
Gonna activate that core even more here. Tuck your toes. We'll slowly roll up into forearm plank once again. Tuck your chin, lifting the belly, lift your thighs, lift your knees, lift your legs, forearm plank. Good. Walk your feet in towards your elbows, dolphin pose, opening the shoulders a bit. Allow the crown of your head to reach for the floor. Lift your tailbone as high as you can and press your wrists into the mat. Lower your knees down. Bring your feet together, legs together, and rest in child's pose. You can bring your arms down by the sides. Allow your thighs to support your belly here in your chest. That's it. Bring your palms under your shoulders and slowly lift yourself up to a seat on your heels. Good. From here, just sit to one side or the other, and we'll come onto our backs now. Roll all the way down to your back. Good. You can start with your left knee bent. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Now, option, you can reach for your right hamstring, your calf, or perhaps you can reach your right big toe with your peace fingers. Very good. Bring your left arm out to the side. And then, if you have the space today, extend your left leg all the way down, long onto the mat, creating an L shape with your legs. That's it. Just breathe here for a moment. Now, switching hands, left fingertips to the big toe or any part of your right leg that you can reach. Bring your right arm out to the side. And without lifting the right hip, bring your right foot across the midline. Kick through your right heel. Good. Look straight ahead or over towards your right hand. Continue to reach through your left heel as well, like you're standing on the floor. Good. Bring your leg back to center. Hug your knee into your chest. And then switch sides. Bring your right foot to the floor. Lift your left leg up. Good. Start by grabbing onto your leg or your foot with your left hand. Right arm out to the side. Option, extend your right leg long. Really dial your inner thigh away from you. So a slight internal rotation of the hips. Good. Then switch hands. Left arm to the side. Glue your left hip down. And just nudge your left foot across your midline. Look up or out. Really tapping into those IT bands once again here. Good, come back to center. Hug your left knee into your chest. Good, and then bring both feet down to the mat. Open your feet to the edges. Let your knees knock inward. A moment of fallen bridge. You can rest your hands wherever it feels comfortable today. Bring your feet back towards center and either rock and roll the length of your spine or simply roll to one side. to come back up to a seat. Take a moment here. Rest your palms on your thighs. Inviting in the essence of Vishnu, maintainer, the preserver. And then we'll find down dog once again, friends. Lift your hips up and back. Allow your head to melt down between your arms. Very good. Inhale, sweep your right leg up to the sky. And then exhale, step forward and through, high lunge. Lift your chest, reach your arms by your ears. Good. Now bend your back knee, bring your hands to your heart and hover your knee over your mat. Finding your lunge. Tip forward, lift your left leg up, warrior three. Good, option to reach your arms up or out in any direction you can. Squeeze your outer right thigh. And then reach your fingertips towards the mat or a block. Find standing split. Bring your nose towards your shin. Keep your left hip dialed down. Kick your left heel up. And as you exhale, bend both knees, squat down, Shiva squat. Re-extend. And pull in. Inhale, kick. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, kick. Exhale, fold in, squeeze. And then step back, find downward facing dog. Extend your left leg up. And then step your left foot through to a lunge. Press into the mat to rise. High lunge, crescent lunge. Left knee over ankle. Bring your hands to your heart. Bend your right knee, float it over the floor. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Tilt forward and slowly lift your right leg up. Ooh, find balance. Option to extend your arms in any direction. And then tip forward, reach for your mat, standing split. Once again, right hip is dialed down. Rather than opening your hip out to the side, bring it down to neutral. Inhale. Exhale, Shiva squat, bend. Kick and extend. And squat down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squat down. Last one. Breath in. Exhale, squat, hold for a moment. And then step back, downward facing dog. Either stay here or find your floating up dog. Chaturanga. Floating up dog. Downward facing dog. Very nice. Moving upward and onward, my friends. Inhale, sweep your right leg up. Exhale, step to a lunge. Right knee over ankle. Now, step your left foot in. Finding our pyramid pose shape once again. Take your block, bring it outside of your right foot. It's okay if you don't have one. You can just bring your hand to the mat. Good. And you can choose the height of your block, probably the lowest or mid-level. Bring your left fingertips or palm to the block, right hand to your sacrum. Firmly press down through both legs. Spin your chest open to the right. Revolve triangle. You can keep your hand here or lengthen your arm up and out of your shoulder. Finding that deep twist. Good. To build from here, look down. Take your block, move it out in front of your right foot, lift your left leg, revolved half moon. You can do it. Reach through your lifted heel. And then gently fold forward, feet hip distance apart. Hands behind the ankles. Knees towards the armpits. Nice. Very gently roll up to stand. And let that clear. From here, we'll move into dancing Shiva pose. I'll guide you in steps. Keeping your left foot on the floor. Lift your right knee so it's in line with your hip. You can bring your hands to your hips if you'd like. Now the first option is to keep your right knee bent, reach outside of your thigh, and then twist and extend your right arm. Second option, bring your left fingertips to your right big toe. Capture a hold of that. Lift your chest, lengthen your leg out in front of you. From here, slowly spin your chest to the right. Reach your right arm long. One long line of energy down from your left foot out through the crown of your head. Dancing Shiva. Good. Slowly release, come to center. Lower your right foot to the mat. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Reach your arms up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Take a little back bend. Re-extend your arms overhead. And gently hinge forward and down. Fold into yourself. Good. Lift and lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll do that all on the left side. Extend your left leg up. As you exhale, step forward and through. And then step your right foot in so your heel can connect to the floor. Pyramid pose. Take your block, bring it outside of your left foot. Right fingertips to your block, left hand to your sacrum. Keep your pelvis still. And roll your chest open, elbow towards the ceiling. Option, lift your left arm up. Find your power. Persevere. Gaze down. Bring your block out in front of your left foot. Lift your right leg up. Keep the twist in your chest, your upper body. Revolved half moon. To challenge your balance, look to your left. Step your right foot down, feet hip distance apart. Fold into yourself. Gently roll to stand. Arms by your sides. Let that clear. Once again, moving into dancing Shiva, second side. Glue your right foot into the mat. Option 1, lift your left knee, bring your right hand outside of your thigh and twist from there. Good. Option 2, start the same way, but this time, bring your peace fingers to your left big toe, extend your leg forward. Start to spin open to the left, reach your left arm long. Hold and breathe. Maintain a single pointed focus, drishti, connection. Lift through the crown of your head. Gently release. Sweep your arms up. And take a gentle back bend. Lift the sternum. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Lift halfway. Find downward facing dog. final chance here. If you want to take your floating up dog into chaturanga, you can. Floating up dog, downward facing dog. Please come to your belly. Reach your toes back behind you. We'll find bound locust. Interlace your fingertips behind your hips. Lift your chest, lift your legs, reach your arms back, and breathe. Very good. Release your head on top of your hands. And let go. Lift your chest. Bring your left forearm in front of you. Bend your right knee. And reach back for your right foot. Gently draw your heel towards your glute. And you may find more depth in this pose than me. You may not. Just make sure you have no pain in your knee. Lift your chest, bend your left knee, right forearm's in front. Reach back for the inside edge of your left foot. And gently draw your heel towards your butt. And gently release. Bring your forehead to the backs of your hands. Bend both knees. Reach for your ankles. Kick your feet into your hands. Lift your chest. Floor bow. Rock forward onto the soft part of your belly. Gaze straight ahead. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale. And exhale, release. Belly Shavasana. Good. From here, extend your right arm long to the side. Gaze to your left. Left palm to the floor. If you want a little more stretch through your shoulder, you can also bend your right elbow at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to take the long arm variation. Start to hug your right hip underneath you, stacking your left hip over your right. Now you can stay here with your hips stacked, or you can reach your left foot behind you, bringing your left knee up towards the sky. Finding a gentle twist as we open the shoulder. Slowing things down here, moving towards the end of our practice. Roll back onto your belly. Lifting up through center, Sphinx pose. And then reach your left arm long, look to the right. Hug your left hip underneath your right. You can stay here for more gentle option, or lift your right leg and bring your right foot to the floor behind you. Breathe into your shoulder. Avoiding tensing up. Very good. Slowly come back to your belly. Finding Sphinx pose once again. And then just come all the way to your back. Feet hip distance apart. Arms down by your sides. We'll take 3 sets of dynamic bridge pose. Inhale, lift your hips, and lift your arms over your head. Exhale, lower your hips, lower your arms. Floating back down to the mat. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, slowly release and lower. Last one, inhale, lift up. Hold your hips up now. And then float just the arms back down. Press into your palms, your triceps to lift your hips even higher. Chasing your chin with your chest. Squeeze the inner thighs. Lift up. And slowly roll all the way back down to your back. Bring your legs up the wall for just a moment. You can rest your palms on your thighs, on your belly, or down by your sides. Letting everything drop in from this practice. Dropping in towards the center. And then gently roll off to one side, press up to a seat. Dandasana. Legs long, palms down by your hips. Lengthen up through the spine. Bend your right knee. Cross your foot over your thigh. Bring your right fingertips behind you. Lengthen your left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, hug your right thigh in towards your chest as you twist to the right, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Half Lord of the Fishes. Inhale as you come back to center. Re-straighten the legs. Staff pose, Dandasana. Bend your left knee, cross it over your thigh. Left fingertips back, lengthen on the inhale. And twist on your exhale. Reaching long through the crown of your head here. Inhale back to center. Then exhale, lengthen the legs out in front of you. Good. Feel free to gently bend your knees here. Reach your chest long and melt forward into a seated fold, Paschimottanasana. Let your head hang heavy. And feel the shoulder blades spread apart. Good. Slowly come up to a tall seat. Bend both knees. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Knees wide, Baddha Konasana. Good. And from here, thread your arms underneath your shins, palms face up. And gently melt forward. Your elbows might be pressing up against the inner thighs. Creating some space in the hips here. And use your hands to lift yourself up. Close your knees like a book. And go ahead and roll all the way down to your back. Hug your knees into your chest. And open your knees out, finding happy baby pose. Reach for the inner or outer arches of your feet. Reach your spine long onto the mat. Tailbone presses down, skull rests. The entire length of your spine is resting on the mat. Perhaps you rock side to side. In these last few moments of your practice, of your active, moving practice. Good, and then gently hug the knees in. Rest the soles of your feet on the mat. Reach your legs long out from your hips. Rest your arms by your sides. Hug your shoulder blades underneath you. Allow your feet to roll open. Soften your eyes closed. And take one final deep breath to release into Shavasana, corpse pose. Inhale. And sigh it out.
Shavasana is symbolic of the destruction of your ego. When you transcend the limitations of your body, mind, and intellect, you gain the realization of your inner self. Rest in this knowledge and trust that I will guide you out when it is time.
With eyes still closed, start to find movement in the body. Very gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll your wrists and ankles. Reach your arms up overhead, perhaps hooking your thumbs. Stretch long. And roll over to one side, fetal pose. Resting for a breath. And as you're ready, lift yourself into a seated position, Sukhasana. Perineum pointing towards the floor. Rest the backs of your hands on your thighs. Bring your index fingertip and your thumb tip to touch, extending the other 3 fingers long, Jnana Mudra. And breathing up your spine on the inhale And exhaling down the front body on the exhale. Breathing in a cyclical fashion, just like the trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Cyclical powers that guide our lives. Bring your hands to heart center, ending our practice with 3 sounds of Om. Inhale slowly and deeply. Om. Namaste.